Hey y'all, Booth Parker here today to talk to you about how I plan for maximum productivity. So for years, people have asked me how I get everything done, and I really am a very planned out and organized person to help me get things done. But it really helps relieve a lot of stress when you do that. So I focus on mapping out my week. I pretty much time block it. I'm sure you've heard of that before. And I know a lot of people swear by their phones or using a digital format, but I am still a paper planner person. And the reason for that is because the visual really helps my mindset. It helps me know in my head what I'm focused on for the week, what tasks have to get done, because I can visually see that little mapped out color block in my head each day, and it just helps keep me on track. So what I do, I generally do it on Saturday mornings. You can pick a time that works best for you, and it only takes about 20 minutes, so it's definitely worth the time it saves. So I start by blocking out my week with the priorities, the things I have to do. Any meetings, the class I'm teaching, appointments, things like that. So those get put on the calendar first. Obviously fill in, my morning routine. I have to take care of the dogs, make breakfast, pack lunchbox, everything like that. And my day looks very different today than it did 10 years ago when I had a small child and I was working full time. Now that I'm not working as much, it sounds like life's gonna be a lot easier, but it's actually a little more to plan for because I volunteer a lot and I serve on multiple boards. So I have a lot of places to be and a lot of things often get scheduled at the same time and I have to make things work. So by looking at this on Saturday morning, it also helps me meal plan for the week. If it's a game day, baseball game going till 7, definitely want to put the slow cooker on that morning for an easy supper. It also helps me look ahead to anything where I may need some help. I may need a friend to do a pickup or my husband or things like that. So it really helps get that stuff planned out before the week begins so that those things don't slip up on you and become stressful. I know we all have that to-do list, and if you're like me, you take a lot of satisfaction in checking things off the to-do list when you know they're done. But the to-do list can also be very overwhelming and stressful, cause anxiety, all the bad things if you don't get the items checked off. They really wear on you that they didn't get done, especially if one of the must-haves didn't get done. And so that is where really mapping out your week helps with that to-do list. So once you have put the priorities on the calendar, you can see what your white space is to fill in other things. We have the must-haves, they come first, the need-tos, and then the want-tos. And some weeks, there's just not space for the want-tos. It's just too busy. And if we focus on the must-haves and the needs and get them done, then our stress level will be lower and we can focus on the wants once the time allows and frees up a little bit. And I'm a big fan for leaving some white space on that calendar. When you find some, you don't have to fill it up because life happens, right? And something's gonna come up during the week. Work's gonna need something, your kids are gonna need something, something might break and you have to meet a plumber or something like that. So leaving a little white space is a good thing because we all know something's gonna come up and it's gonna need time to get it done. The other big thing that I really do when I am mapping out my time blocks is be realistic as to how much time something is going to take. So for example, I go to a bar class a few mornings a week. The class starts at 8 o'clock. It's a 1-hour class. Most people will just put 8 to 9 on their calendar, but I need to get there a few minutes early to set up my mat. It takes about 15 minutes to get there. It's downtown, so sometimes it takes a couple minutes to park, things like that. So I start blocking that out at 7:30 on my time block. On the back end, since the class ends at 9, always goes a couple minutes late, need to clean up, get to the car, drive home. So I block out until 9:30. So even though it's a 1-hour class, there's 2 hours blocked out on my calendar, and that keeps me from overscheduling myself by thinking I'm only committed to 1 hour to go to the class. I do the same thing with the class I teach. I do the same thing with appointments, meetings, and if it's a doctor's appointment that you really don't know how long it's going to take, block out extra time. If you get done early, great. You can go do some want-tos, right? So really be thoughtful as to the time it takes to do things so that you're not stressed out when you're running behind, okay? That's how we get running behind, is when we don't have everything mapped out for when it's actually going to be completed and we put too much on our plate. The too much on our plate causes the stress and overwhelm because we can't get it done physically. We can't get it done and still sleep. So I am going to walk through, I'm going to show you my favorite products to use and why I use them and how I map this out. So this is my go-to planner. It is by Levenger. I have been using their products for decades since I started my CPA career. Really high quality, great papers, and very professional, but not stuffy. Everything comes in some fun colors like this aqua blue leather cover. The thing I love about this planner so much is that it uses this disc system. You can see it here down the side, and it makes adding and taking out papers really easy, so you can customize it however you need it to work for you. So inside I just have a calendar of this year and next year at the very front. Makes looking at dates really easy when I'm in meetings. Little envelopes on the side for storing some things if need be, and then I have everything tabbed to keep me organized, from my monthly and daily agendas to meeting notes to class notes and things like that. So we'll take a little deeper dive into those and how I keep them organized. So my monthly tab is just 12 calendars for the year, just laid out. It's where I put my meeting schedule, any kind of appointments, things like that. Just kind of keep it broad for the month. And I really like this daily layout. They also have weekly layouts, all sorts of other daily layouts, but this one is my favorite because I can time block my day on the hours here on the side, and then I can have a to-do list, and then in all of this white space here is where I journal, make reflection notes, things like that for the day. One thing I do like to do before I do my daily schedule is to plan a week at a glance. And this is actually a little grid I made myself. It's available as a freebie. And this allows me to take the monthly calendar and plug in appointments and things like that, so I can prioritize the week and look at it and see where I can fill in other commitments that I may have. So I'm currently teaching a class this semester, so you can see where I had that filled in. However, on Wednesday, I have board meetings. So I have found a substitute for that, and I have blocked in my 2 board meetings for that day. It's baseball season, have the baseball games. So really prioritize those things as well. Have my workout classes in the morning, block in my morning routine, and then where there's white space is where I fill in additional things I can get done during those days. So if you have followed me for any period of time, you know that I am big on meal planning and meal prepping, not just to save money, but it saves tons of time, keeps you on a healthy diet, has a multitude of benefits. And I have created this dinner planner as well as some other templates that are also freebies on my site that you can download and print. And then this is the hole punch for the disc system. So it allows me to add my meal plan directly into my planner and any other kind of papers I need for meetings or something like that. So in the back of my planner, I have several tabs. You can see them here. and I keep my notes for everything right here. Class notes, meeting notes. I'm on about 5 boards. Random ideas I have a section for client notes when I meet with them, jot down things, as well as our current house projects. And I keep everything right here together so that I always have it with me if I get a phone call or I'm meeting with someone and need to pull this out. So I do want to show you this. Levenger has really awesome papers. So this is one I usually use for meeting notes or brainstorming. It's got a great margin down the side. You can go back and make little notes that you might need to. Another one that I really like is this one here. It has like a brainstorming box and then notes. This is really great for me when I'm working on slides or presentations to make my notes and ideas of what the slides will be. They have lots of other different templates, but these are my 2 favorite for keeping me organized. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some good tips for maximizing your productivity to get things done each day and to keep everything organized and with you and on track. So if you're enjoying this video, my recipe videos, financial tips, please just hit the subscribe button. Love to see you back for some more videos. Have a great day.